NFL Daily coming at you. Mailbag time. First one's coming in from Jacob Lane. Will the Browns make the playoffs?
They haven't clinched, but they kind of have clinched in a way.
Will.
They need to win one more game, and they're in there. Yeah, Cleveland's in. The question is, can they win the North? It's still in play. I still think Pittsburgh probably wins the North, but hey, give Cleveland credit. They've played really well this year. Stefanski's proven to be a great hire for that franchise. Freddie Kitchens, he's bad, if you didn't know.
Maybe they're better without OBJ. Just wanted to say that.
Ooh. Trade rumors?
Oh, boy. All right, so now, what up, man? Who's the biggest surprise team this season?
Cleveland's one of them, I'd say. Miami, they got to be the biggest surprise,
Miami.
right?
Miami last year was like minus 198 points, and now like differential, and they've just been phenomenal this season.
Legitimately a top 5 defense, a legit playoff contender. They've been great. Like, they have been one of the biggest surprises this season. And what they've shown me, Mitch, is they're here to stay. They've got the right coach. They've got the defense. If Tua develops, there's no reason why this team can't be in the playoffs for many, many years.
A surprise for a team going in the wrong direction. Not that I'm totally surprised, but the Houston Texans, the team, you have a great quarterback. You won the division, or I believe they won the division the year before. And now I've just totally
You get
regressed.
what you deserve in life, Mitch.
True.
And if you trade DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson in a second, you don't deserve to make the playoffs.
That's true. Matthew B., you're next up here, my dude. What team has the best offseason this year? So which team is going to have the best offseason this year?
It's hard to predict. I'm trying to think who had some of the best ones last year. Arizona obviously had a great one.
Arizona had a great one getting Hop. I'm just going to go with the team that has the most draft picks at a high rate, which is the Dolphins. They have 4 picks in the top 50. Plus, they do also have a lot of money that they can spend.
Patriots are a team to watch. Ton of cap space.
I mean, the Colts, I know they have some money too. The Browns also have some money. I'm going to go with Miami, though. I think what Brian Flores is able to do.
They have the most opportunity.
There you go.
If they can hit on picks, then yeah, they're building this thing in the right direction already. You hit on a couple of more here, you're in good shape.
Are you hitting it? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better be hitting it. Hit that smash button to stay up on the latest.
That smash button. Hit that smash sub button.
There you go. You take it. You take the sub.
Subscribe to Chat Sports. That's what we're trying to tell you here. Mitch thought he was funny, and he was funny, but the joke didn't exactly connect. We have NFL coverage every single day, and if you want to be part of our live mailbags, you have to join our live show. So subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of it. NFL videos on a daily basis here on the channel. Hit that big red smash button today.
Screw you.
Charles Wolf.
Charles Wolf, what up, man? Big Ben retires and Wentz goes to the Steelers. Ooh. What are your thoughts on this? So, Charles, what I would tell you is go check out our Carson Wentz trade destinations video. Yep. But, hey, I mean, obviously, if he does retire, this would be a situation where I think Wentz could go to.
It's one of many reasons to subscribe because we already had you covered, Charles, because maybe the Steelers are on that list for Carson Wentz trade destinations. It would be interesting. He goes just a couple of what's the time gap between Pittsburgh and Philly? You're from that area.
It's about 5 hours.
Oh, it's pretty far. Okay. Yeah. Still, within state lines, staying in the same region up there. That would be interesting. And I think Mike Tomlin's the right coach that could really just kind of calm him down a bit and get him back on track. So we will see if they are in play for Carson Wentz. It's a fascinating storyline to see where Wentz ends up next season.
Absolutely. So I want you guys to think about this from a Madden perspective, right? We're going to play some games here on Chat Sports. That's what we're all about. On a scale from 0 to 100, how good is Carson Wentz? Because I know we're talking a lot about trades with him, but honestly, how good is he? Scale from 0 to 100.
Honestly, based on this year and based on Madden's scale rating, probably like a 72. He's like a backup quarterback, right? Okay. He can do some good things at times, but he turns it over a lot. He's like a C-. He's like a 72. He's been bad.
And in the live chat, 11, 78, 2, and 32.
What? He's a practice squad quarterback now?
He's a long snapper, apparently.
He's a punter.
But I'm kind of with you in this area of 72. But if I'm an NFL coach, my ego is obviously giant, and I think that I can get the most out of him. I mean, he was once probably 85, 90.
Yeah.
Can you get back there? It still remains to be seen. All right, this next one's coming in from Kent Freeman. Do the Cowboys actually have a shoot at the playoffs, or
big shoot?
What or why do they want to win out and mess up their draft order? So do they have a shot?
Yeah.
Yes, they do have a shot.
Crazy enough, here's the problem. I'll break down the scenario for you. So they got swept by Washington, and they're a game behind them. So basically they're 2 games back. They have to win out, and Washington has to lose out. So that is that scenario there. They're tied with the Giants there. But if Dallas wins their last 2 games and Washington loses their last 2, Dallas gets in.
Yeah.
They are hosting a game at AT&T Stadium. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either.
But They play Philadelphia and the Giants their last 2 games.
Yeah.
Weirder things have happened, Mitch. And Washington plays, I can't remember their last 2, but
Panthers and the Eagles.
It's not a given, especially if Alex Smith is still out. Dwayne Haskins is bad.
Yeah,
so I think Washington gets in. If you wanted to win for the draft, look, I get it. You don't want to ruin draft positioning, but they're not drafting a quarterback. So it's not the end of the world if you slide down a little bit. If you're Dallas, certainly you want to be in the top 5, but I mean, you won your last 2, so at this point you might as well try and make the playoffs.
Next question coming in is from Emil, and as a reminder, y'all, make sure you're using hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get on the show. Most fun player to watch. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's Patrick Mahomes. He just does things that people just can't do.
It's not even close. And I know I host the Chiefs Report, and I love watching Kansas City play and all that stuff. I've never had as much fun watching an individual in a team sport in my life. Like, I know people from 10, 15 years ago would say Michael Vick and all of that. I think it's Mahomes. Like, he makes throws every week where you're just like, you actually tried that and it worked? Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
I'll also throw out Derrick Henry because watching Henry...
He's old school, man.
Honestly, you just got to watch Henry in the fourth quarter because you see those defenders are like, I got to tackle this guy.
He runs over
in
people.
The fourth quarter. Oh, I actually feel bad for him. But, hey, let us know in the comments who is the most fun player to watch. One guy who's a lot of fun to watch, Kyler Murray, just moving all over the football field. And if you want yourself a Kyler Murray jersey, we got you set up here. Go to chatsports.com/jersey deal. We have hundreds, and I mean hundreds of NFL jerseys available for under $80. But you know what, Harrison? There's a few jerseys there as low as how cheap?
I did a deep dive, and if you go to that link, chatsports.com/jersey deal, I believe this Baker one is one of them. You can filter by price. There's jerseys as low as $26.99.
And they're
authentic Nike jerseys for some players on current teams. Now you're going to see some old like Jalen Ramsey Jags ones, but hey, if you want that Baker one for less than $30, it's a tough economy now.
But
it's a great deal.
Even if like you wanted the Jalen Ramsey Jags jersey, it was like $17.
It's a great deal.
I mean,
there's a Josh Rosen jersey for $14.99 with the Cardinals. I don't know who wants to wear that, but maybe you're one of those weird dudes that wants to wear the random jersey at a party when we can party again.
I mean, just take his name off and you got an awesome jersey.
Just duct tape whoever wears that number now.
The bottom line is this: hey, we're just trying to hook you up. It's the holiday season. We know 2020's been crazy, so anytime we find awesome deals, we just try to tell you about it. Chatsports.com/jersey deal. That link is available for in the chat and in the description. This next one's coming in from Cortez, something with your last name. Will the Dolphins make the playoffs? So currently they're sitting there at 9-5 in the 7th spot in the AFC playoff picture. I personally believe they will, but it's going to come down to what happens exactly with the Colts, with the Browns, because I mean, the Ravens, I think they win out.
I think the Ravens are in. I think they win out and something bounces their way. Dolphins might be in trouble just because of the way the schedule plays out. They play the Raiders this week. The Raiders are still going to play to win because their playoff hopes are still alive, and they play on Saturday, so they won't know the results of the other games. So that's not going to be a gimme game on the road. And then you play at Buffalo in Week 17. I don't envision Buffalo resting their starters. They're hot right now. They can still get up to that number 2 seed potentially. I think they're going to play to win. I think Miami might split these last 2, and if the Ravens went out and they split, they could be in some trouble, Mitch.
That's true. Your mom's burner account.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay, Matthew Stafford is leaving the Lions. Okay, so he's
saying
it's already a fact. It's a done deal. Let's go live.
Yeah, let's stay live.
All right, so where will Matthew Stafford end up going? Now,
I still think he's in Detroit next year, by the way.
But
apparently he's leaving. So
all right, so let's play this game. If he does end up going, where do you think Matthew Stafford goes? Because for me, I think it's between teams like honestly like the Colts, maybe a 49ers team. Broncos would be an interesting
proven
fit.
vet. Elway's missed on a lot of young quarterbacks. Maybe he's like, I know what Stafford can give me. I think that could make some sense.
Next one's coming in. Okay, where will Matt Stafford play in 2021? So go ahead and get your comments in there. Where do you guys think Matthew Stafford is going to play this upcoming season?
I still think it's Detroit if he leaves. I like Denver. I think that's a good fit. Maybe you give an opportunity for Drew Lock.
Jets.
Drew Lock can take a step back and be a backup. Maybe he learns under a guy like Stafford and gets a future opportunity there. I like Denver for Matt Stafford if he leaves Detroit.
All right, this one's coming in from ICNJ Soldiers. Will Kyler Murray be a MVP in the next 3 to 5 years?
He'll be in the mix. He was in the mix the first 6 to 8 weeks this year, but then he tailed off a bit, and other guys really took off. Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson for a little bit. I think he'll have a chance to be in the mix. The question is he going to be the Russell Wilson of his generation, right? Because he's going to be going up against Mahomes, in these type of races every year.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to break through and win the award. He's going to have to be awesome. He's got a chance to.
I would say actual MVP.
Josh Allen, too. He's going to be tough.
Actual MVP, probably. I mean, he's always going to be in the race.
Yeah.
But in terms of, statistical MVP, who's going to put up just ridiculous numbers between rushing and passing, like fantasy football MVP, yeah, he's definitely going to be up there. So.
Yeah, he'll have a chance. He's still young. He's a second-year starter.
Yeah. And
he's taken leaps this year. I like Kyler Murray a lot. He's got the number 1 receiver now, DeAndre Hopkins. I think he'll be in the mix. It's going to be tough to win an MVP, but
sure.
I think he'll certainly have an opportunity.
All right, y'all, if we missed your question, you can always hit us up on Instagram, Twitter. Hit up my man, Harrison Graham. Down below, you see it there? H. Graham NFL. You got it? You figured it out?
I was trying to work the camera here and navigate things. At H. Graham NFL. Tweet at me. DMs are open, all that good stuff. You can find Mitch on Instagram, at MitchellRenz365. We're sorry if we didn't get to your questions. They're flying in today, and producer Sam can only get so many on screen.
Correct.
At MitchellRenz365. Mitch will answer your questions right there.
All right, let's go to the next question here from, is that Tigger or Tiger?
Tiger King, 2 Gs.
Tiger King. All right, who needs Lawrence more, Jets or the Jags?
The Jets need him more, which means
say the Jets.
Which means they're not going to get him because they screwed up like they always do. I think he's going to Jacksonville.
Oh, this next one's coming in from Tony
Wow.
Romo. Is Mike Zimmer on the hot seat?
Tony, you out at the golf course today? It was like 70 degrees in DFW. Or on whatever day we're doing this, on Monday at least, if you're watching live.
I don't think Mike Zimmer's on the hot seat.
They just gave him an extension. I know everybody's like, that doesn't matter. They're not going to fire him. They rallied the last part of the year.
Gonna say.
Sure, they just lost a tough one to Chicago, but the Bears have been playing a little bit better. They're not going to fire him. They decimated his defense. What do they want him to do? Like, you invested in Kirk Cousins instead of the defense. You kind of get what you deserve. Justin Jefferson's been awesome. I think this team can be in the playoffs next year. Just relax. Don't fire him.
Jason Wolf, the Atlanta Falcons should go after Louis Riddick as GM and Eric Bieniemy head coach, yes or no? I mean, Eric Bieniemy, yeah, he should be the number 1 on just about every single team's list. And
Texans hire
him. New coach. In terms for Louis Riddick, I don't know too much about Riddick. I know a lot of people speak very highly of him. But
he was a
this
scout.
seems like a very Mike Mayock type of hire.
Very similar. He was a scout with Washington and with Philadelphia, worked his way up in the Eagles front office. He was their director of player personnel. So he has some background. Obviously, he's worked TV the past 6 or 7 years, but he's well-connected, well-liked in the NFL. I think he'll certainly get an opportunity.